Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Phat Kat Collections. Got another jewelry show and tell today for you, and this is by JTV. JTV is a company I just discovered, and I just heard of JTV because I think they're relatively new. It stands for Jewelry TV. They just started carrying or being the major seller of Invicta watches, although I haven't bought an Invicta through them yet. I'll put the link in the description and a coupon code where you can save yourself a little bit of money, and I'm definitely going to be shopping with them for rings. So I'm getting into ring collecting now. It's something I've always, I don't know, kind of, sometimes we start to get involved in little hobbies when something happens to make us get there, right? And so my story is my mom, I mentioned this in my other video I did on the ruby, 7-carat ruby ring. My mom gave me her rose ring, which I cherish. I wear it all the time. I never take it off. And my dad gave me his onyx gold ring. And so having these, I get a lot of enjoyment wearing them. People are constantly complimenting me on the rose ring, and I think a lot of times it is normally women doing that because it is a beautiful rose, and I've always liked roses. I'm into roses. They're pretty cool. But I don't know. I just always get complimented on. People are always like, "Oh man, that's a beautiful ring." And they always think it's a wedding ring, but ladies, it's not. So, all right, so that kind of sparked me wanting to get some other rings, and I've always been very fascinated with gemstones, so, you know, I didn't want to get just like Amazon specials. You know, that's going to give you the look. You can get stainless steel, and you can get, you know, basically, you know, a ruby, red ruby birthstone that's just glass, and it looks fine. Like, it's still costume jewelry, but I wanted something that was, when it comes to the rings, I want genuine gemstones. So I got the red ruby, lab ruby, and I got green diopside. And so I wanted something in emerald, and I wanted a baguette cut. This has got 5 baguette cut stones. Extremely cool, very chiseled, very, I wouldn't say masculine. This can definitely lean, I'd say it still leans feminine, which is, to be honest with you, kind of the rings that I'm more drawn to. The men's rings are still cool. I will still buy the men's rings, but I don't really discriminate when it comes to rings. I just have to have something that kind of draws me in, and this one definitely did. I wanted emeralds, but emeralds were a little bit more money, and the reason I didn't get emerald was not necessarily the money. It was because they didn't really have a cut that I really liked, and being that I got this one, which is such a unique hexagon ruby, right? It's a lab-grown ruby. It's real. It's such a cool, interesting cut. I wanted something a little different on this other finger, and so I went with this cool baguette cut style ring. I definitely dig it. It's extremely cool. It's simple, but try to get this to focus here. There we go. Check that out. So what is green diopside? Or sorry, not green diopside, chrome diopside, green color. So chrome diopside is a semi-precious stone that's deep green in color. It's relatively rare and affordable alternative to emeralds. The color ranges from light green to almost black. So this one I would say is more of like, not light, but not like, I'd say medium green. Deeper cuts make the stone darker, and the stone's color is due to the presence of chromium. Chrome diopside can be transparent to opaque, kind of like rubies as well. It's free. It's often free of eye-visible inclusions, which are basically imperfections. And it says chrome diopside is relatively soft to scratch with a hardness of 5.5 to 6.5, which is kind of like stainless steel, titanium, whereas ruby has a scratch hardness of 9. So extremely hard, and again, remember, these are genuine stones. So yeah, you can get just green crystal, green glass, red glass, but I wanted something that was genuine, and so this definitely fit the bill. Will I get an actual emerald stone if they come out? If I saw one on JTV that was something I liked, you know, then absolutely, but this one definitely fit the bill for affordable and being green. Price on this here, I paid $55. It is on clearance. They have sizes 5 through 11, depending on when you come out, when you click the link in the description to save a little money and buy something. The price may change. Again, supply and demand. As far as the total carat weight on this, we have 2.5 carats total weight. Very cool piece. This is done in sterling silver with a 14-karat gold plating. So cool thing about doing or getting a ring that's, if you're not going to get genuine gold like these rings, then, you know, getting it over sterling silver is probably a wise move. Because if it does wear off, and it's not impossible, that may happen. I will definitely put a comment on the comment section if that does happen. But if it does wear, then at least you're going to have a genuine alloy underneath, right? You're not going to have like stainless steel, which is great, don't get me wrong, but you have a precious material, right? Sterling silver is still, you know, pretty cool. So I like that fact. I think anytime I get something that's, I don't mind getting gold plated or, you know, black plated, but let's just say we're talking gold here. I don't mind gold plated 3/16 stainless steel when it comes to watches. But when it comes to actual jewelry, I'm either going to get authentic gold or I'm going to usually get gold over sterling silver. So you can read up on the advantages to that, if any. A lot of times you're going to find sterling silver that's plated as well. So sterling silver tarnishes. That's kind of the downside to sterling silver. So you get sterling silver, it's going to start to get black, and I think oxidization is the proper, or tarnish is the proper way of describing that. So a lot of times they plate sterling silver with rhodium. So in the past, I've always been like, oh, why are you plating that beautiful sterling silver? But you know, rhodium is going to be a much more durable finish, but you're still getting a precious type of material, a precious metal with that more protective coating, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. It's still amazing quality, and you really can't beat the price on these. If you go shopping on the internet for what rings cost, like generally rings like this are in the $300 price range, even in a plated sterling silver. So pretty cool. Let me just give you, there's not a lot of specifications on this, but again, you have 2.51 carats of rectangular octagonal green chrome diopside, 18 karat yellow gold over sterling silver. It measures approximately 0.78 inches in length and 0.24 in width. They say it's not sizable, and that's because if you can size this, but if you take this somewhere to have it sized, they're going to disrupt that gold plating. So generally, with things like this, you want to buy them to fit. And that's really about it. Other than the primary stone, again, got that chrome diopside. It does give a write-up on this about the vivid greens and all that. And I think it's a very cool stone. Now, emerald is harder. So now, are you going to scratch this? Probably not, right? I mean, even if you did, like, it's not really going to change how nice the ring looks. Remember that a lot of times, like, natural rubies are going to have inclusions in it, which are natural imperfections. So that's generally how you will tell a lab-grown gemstone from a naturally occurring. But in this case, this is naturally occurring. It's just a more affordable alternative to emerald. Love the way it looks. I went with a size 9 to get over my big knuckle. It does kind of, if you have larger knuckles, it will kind of rotate around your wrist, around, too many watch reviews, around your finger, but you know, that just kind of happens. I'm constantly moving them back, but I think they look really cool. Very colorful. This may not be the thing for you. You may not be into gemstones. If you're not, they do have a whole slew of different rings, from simple, just standard stainless steel rings, to gold rings, to gold plated rings, you know, to basic bands. There's really a huge selection of jewelry on their site. The next purchase I'm going to get is actually going to be their lab-grown 40-carat ruby bracelet. Very excited to get that. And I don't know, just definitely into the rings. And I think that if you're a watch guy, I think it's just a natural accessory to want to have. You may not go too crazy like I'm sure I'm going to get. Pretty soon my hands are going to look like Liberace's. But, you know, hey, to each their own. Everybody's different. Everybody likes different things. But for me personally, I definitely dig the gemstones. This next one I'm probably going to get something probably in a blue sapphire, which is another awesome gemstone. So remember, you don't always have to buy a gemstone based on your birthday, right? A lot of times people will get a stone based on their birth month, but for me, I just buy them because I like them and I just totally dig the way they look. So check it out. All right, that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, this video is not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's into the super flashy stuff. If you're a rapper, you probably will, right? And those rappers, they really get blinged out. And I always think it's pretty cool. I will say sometimes, you know, remember, they're to each their own. There's something for everybody out there. Everybody wants to express themselves in different ways. Where some person might have a big watch, another person might have a small watch. Some person might just want to have a Rolex to express themselves. Some people might want to have blue or purple hair. There's nothing wrong with expressing yourself as long as you're not hurting anybody. And let's face it, none of this is hurting anybody. So always try to be kind to people and how they decide to express themselves. I always find it interesting that even the things that I may not be into, when a person does express themselves, I may say, for instance, you know, like a lot of times people may have a bunch of piercings or something like that. That's not really my style, but good on them for you know, wearing what they like without worrying about what somebody else might think. You know, imagine a world that we live in where everybody walked around like a bunch of Stepford wives, right? So, I mean, there are areas of the country that do that. All joking aside. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Again, I'll put the link in the description and a coupon code. And if I can help anyway, let me know. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a fantastic day and take care.